What's up, YouTube? What's up, Xtreme Gainz family? I'm Chuck, and this is Xtreme Gainz. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say is or ever will be financial advice. Please do not take it as such. Today is Sunday, January 30th, 2022, and this is the AMC Algo Exposed update preparation video for tomorrow and beyond. Let's dig in. I'm going to go over the two, got something in my eye, the two macro fractal comparatives that I've been looking at. One of which is what you see in front of you. That is the 7-year macro descending wedge from December 2013, December 2020, prior to the January 2021 run-up, compared to the current descending wedge, macro descending wedge that we're in now. The second one is the snake algo. If you're not familiar with the snake algo, go back to the last video I put out and watch it. It should give you some insight and some context. For those of you that know, you know. Anyways, as you know, I've been comparing this for months now. Same fractal pattern, same fractal shape, both macro and whether you want to call it mid-interior fractal shapes, as well as the same fractal pattern within them. And I have taken the last fractal box top breakdown and descending wedge, or W, however you want to look at it, and have been using it for a couple months now for projection and transposition, and been going over it faithfully with you all. So that's the first one. You just saw the macro perspective of that. And now let's zoom into the actual last descending wedge. There's that. Now, we are currently sitting right here, and I'm going to go ahead and zoom in further so you can see this. This has projected, like I said in the last video, for a little over 2 months worth of movements, almost to their entirety. Here we started curling up a little bit, but what I wanted to do is point out something here as well on this macro comparative. I want to point out that exact area. After the turn up, the swoop up, right? Breakdown, and what do you get? Wick down, and then back up again, right? Wick down, and back up again. Okay, so even though it appears to maybe be starting to invalidate itself, I still believe it's on the table due to that movement that we get underneath, right? I'm sorry, here was the wick ups right here, and then the wick down. So because of that, I'm still going to keep this on the table. I'm still going to keep looking at it, reviewing it for the time being, until we get a legitimate move in either direction that would invalidate this to where I would feel comfortable taking it off the table. For the time being, I still feel like I want to keep it on the table due to obvious reasons. Okay, so that's where we're at within this fractal. Its projection, as far as what does this fractal indicate for upcoming potential movements. Obviously, if you look at this movement here, granted it's kind of backwards. It had the move up and then the move down. The move up, I wouldn't even worry about this. It's the move up and then the move down. It appears to me that this would indicate downside right here in this area, right? So it appears to me that this would indicate immediate downside. Maybe a tiny little push up and then downside, but the majority of which I think it's indicating that we would need to see a downside move to keep this kind of on the table from where it's at right now. Okay? So that is the 7-year to 7-month exterior macro, interior mid to micro, and the potential projection that it may indicate. Now, the next one is the snake algo. And I want to go over a couple things with the snake algo and the positioning of the transposed snakehead from last week and what it is that I looked at and saw today, and leave it open to you for some interpretation. I gave this to my private Discord this morning and we talked about it. And I will show you what it is. Okay. So on your left is where I placed the new snakehead fractal and the new snake fractal, where I placed the transposed portion of it on Wednesday, I believe, of last week. And it indicated the moves and projected the moves that we got both Thursday and Friday to a T. Literally, literally the forecast, according to this overlay, was a move down to the descending wedge, macro descending wedge support, and then a strong bounce off up into this next box top. And we pulled the third on the box top, from the transpose right here, and it works out perfectly, right? So this is kind of playing into that, what appears to be potentially playing into that. So that's where it was last week, but this was bothering me. The staggered peak and the lack thereof of this upper inside corner, and that the transposed fractal was not indicating that, or I guess giving us an accurate representation of that visually. So I did a little stretch on this, and I want to go down to 1 hour on this as well. Did a little stretch on this one, just a little bit of a stretch on this, and as you can see, it gave it to me, right? Gave me my bottom. It took away the staggered peak, and it does give an accurate representation of the overall moves that we experienced Thursday and Friday as well, had this been used in this position. Obviously, it didn't give it to its extent to the downside, to the macro descending wedge support. But like I've said in previous videos long ago and leading up, something that I have noticed and perceived throughout my time watching AMC stock move and being involved in this play is that progressively the moves to the downside have gotten exaggerated. So I'm a little more comfortable with this not replicating the move to the descending wedge support, rather than this not replicating itself at all in this manner. So that's what I wanted to point out to you, and also for this reason. Obviously, this one here, like I said, indicates a move to the upside, a continued move, and then fulfill the box top formation, whereas this one indicates maybe to fulfill the rest of this, a short-term move up and then downside, or just straight downside back down to the descending wedge, macro descending wedge support prior to then the upside move for the box top. Both box top, as far as depending on where the placement of this overlay is, the box top levels, rejection levels are the same. The relevant levels that have previously been on the chart have now come into play for this overlay of the snake algo. So that's a good indicator I've used in the past as well. But I wanted to point that out to you all. So that is something I'm going to be watching for. And I know my Discord also is going to be watching for it. And like I said, I think the majority of us were on the same page thinking that this was more of an accurate representation of the underlying moves. But we're going to be looking to see what direction initially are we trending in to maybe catch an eye on which one it is. The placement of these are crucial in the beginning for obvious reasons. None of the future movements, if it's going to continue to project like the last snake did for the last time zone that we just came out of and into the new one, almost 2.5 months worth of almost exact projections, as well as the same with the 7 year to 7 month, right? We've gotten from September till now projected from that fractal. But had the placement been off or is off a little bit, it throws everything off, right? So I want to make sure we get that right. So I wanted to give that to you as how it is that I was seeing it now today after taking a step away from the charts and having laid that on there originally like that. So that's what I'll be looking for to see in the immediate, what direction we're trending in and which one of these fulfill, therefore getting the placement correct so that the future movements, if it continues to follow this, continue to give accurate projections. So that's what I'm looking at for AMC, both from the 7-year to 7-month macro descending wedges and comparing them past to current, as well as the snake algo and the new snakehead that just appeared last week and its placement to make sure we are in the right place, and I have it in the right place for that moving forward. We will see how that all plays out tomorrow. I am going to cut this one short and leave it there. No sense diving in even further. I've already got videos out on all of that. Please go back and check all those out. They are very informative. They have a ton of DD, a ton of information in them that will catch you up to speed if you're not caught up to speed. I know we got a lot of new people here now as of last week again. So go check those out. Do yourself and myself that favor and do that. Leave a like on them. Do me a favor, leave a like on the video, comment on it, let me know what's up, say hello, whatever. I appreciate the interaction. I appreciate the continued support. If this is one of your first videos you've ever watched of mine, I live stream Monday through Friday, market open to market close. Come by, check it out, and say hello when you get there. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. I will either see you all in the live stream tomorrow, and I better, or the update video tomorrow night after market closes. Take care, guys and gals. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I will see you mañana. Later.